I'm Brandy Fraser, and this is my IDD presentation for the Capstone in the 400 course. To access the IDD, go to my portfolio under the coursework heading. Then select the 400 Capstone project. Scroll down to week 8 and click the button. Click on the Access IDD information, and that will take you to the IDD document. My micro lesson can be accessed through the Canvas LMS. The login information is posted on my portfolio on the week 8 page. The instructional need of this course was to give the medical staff at Johns Hopkins Hospital that work with patients with HeartMate devices an opportunity to review critical information and updates about the HeartMate so they can provide appropriate care to those patients. The course was originally a lengthy PowerPoint given to the learners to look over and then take an assessment. To increase engagement and retention of information, I took the content from the PowerPoint and created a course using Articulate Rise. Since this is a required annual course mandated from Johns Hopkins Hospital, I thought of the principles of behaviorism and andragogy when designing the course. The content of the course relies on presenting information, recalling that same information to answer questions, and getting immediate feedback based on right or wrong answers. While the course itself relies heavily on positive and negative feedback, the concept of the course is essential for nurses and medical staff to do their job, so the andragogy principle of making the learning relevant and immediately impactful to adults' work is in play here as well. The original PowerPoint was text-rich, and I found it to be overwhelming to learners. When designing the course, I incorporated many opportunities for learners to complete interactive activities and watch videos instead of reading paragraphs. I chunked the content into smaller parts to reduce cognitive load and hopefully help them better connect with the material. To begin, I thought about how every piece of the course would align with the objectives and what information learners would absolutely need to know to successfully complete the final quiz. When choosing elements in my course, I always ask myself, is this component effective? How can I promote this information as effectively as possible? Using the backwards design model was helpful as it framed my approach in identifying the desired results, which is the learner describing the features, components, functions, and patient care of the HeartMate, determining acceptable evidence, which is earning an 80% on the final quiz, and planning the learning experiences to reach those results. I found the most helpful way to construct this course using the SAM model of starting with a prototype and refining as I built the course out. Once you are logged into Canvas, open the HeartMate course, and you will find the Welcome module. Click on the first words, Course Welcome, to find the welcome message as well as the terminal and course learning objectives. The objectives on the first page set the tone for the course and are clear, measurable, and action-oriented. The syllabus can be found on the left-hand side by clicking on the word syllabus. Once in the syllabus, you will see instructor contact information, course title, overview, and objectives. Course prerequisites, the grading, late, academic, honesty policies are listed as well. Learners can also download a PDF of the syllabus here. Back in the Welcome module, click on the words Course Instructions. There you will find the course instructions with technology requirements and a resource to help students with using Flip for the assignment. Course prerequisites are listed again, and with a resource for the review of the HeartMate. On the course homepage, the due dates are on the right-hand side of the screen. Taking a look at the course now, learners will see that the activities and knowledge checks are aligned to the objectives. The table at the beginning of the course allows learners to see how the activities and assessments contribute to the mastery of the content. So now I'm just going to go through a few of the course activities. To the menu. A knowledge check. The final quiz is here in the final quiz module, along with the end of course survey. The discussion questions ask the learner to use higher level thinking skills to apply the course content to a real life scenario. They will have to analyze a scenario with a patient and then use Flip to share their work as well as interact with other students. I went back and forth of whether to limit the discussion view or not, because in a real life discussion, everyone shares their ideas and talk together. But for the purposes of this course, I limited the discussion viewing to after they posted their message to keep learners to thinking of their own original ideas. Back in the course, citations and attributions are written in APA format in the reference page, and as well as copyright information for Johns Hopkins Hospital. The menu is easy to find in the top left corner and use. The materials are organized in a consistent and defined way for each part of the course. Here's an example of an attribution on a photo. The videos in the course have closed captions, and there's alt text for images. There is consistency with layouts and fonts and proper usage of spelling and grammar. The self-assessment can be found on my portfolio page on the week 7 page. In reflecting on this process, in the future, I would spread the content out over an extended amount of time for learners to take their time with moving through the course, but sticking to SME timeline and specifications of the course made it impossible to spread out. I'd also pick a topic that I was personally interested in to show more of my passion instead of a work topic. This topic was convenient for me since I was working on it for my job anyway. Hope you enjoy the course. Thanks for watching and happy holidays.